today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, ask and answer a question, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching The Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nully, and I am the Comic Hero. The summer of superheroes continues, and on this episode, I'm celebrating the 85th anniversary of The Dark Knight, Batman. Now I'm going to touch base more on the character a little later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, which Marvel villain inadvertently helped inspire ankle monitors? Well, the correct answer is the Kingpin. Now, how the story goes was in the early 70s, a judge who was planning on sentencing a criminal on house arrest, or placing a criminal under house arrest, was trying to figure out a way of making sure that the criminal or the person that they're placing on house arrest doesn't get out. So he was reading an issue of The Amazing Spider-Man where the Kingpin placed a tracking device on Spider-Man, and that's where he got the idea from the ankle monitor. So there you go. Well, the correct answer is the Kingpin, and 7 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, your name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Kristen Bryant from Casper, Louisiana. So congratulations, Kristen. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right. Oh, sorry, Batman. All right, here's a question for next week's episode, and this is a Batman question. Which U.S. state is the Batman villain, the Scarecrow, from? Now here are the hints. The first hint is that this state was founded in 1772 and included a majority of present-day Alabama and Mississippi. The second hint, this state is the youngest of the original 13 states in the U.S. The third hint, the Home Depot was founded in this state. The third hint, Dr. John Pemberton invented Coca-Cola in 1886 in this state. The fifth hint, this state is the top producer of peanuts, pecans, peaches, and Vidalia onions. The sixth hint, lesser known towns and cities in the state are Jekyll Island, Statesboro, and Stone Mountain. The seventh hint, the TV shows Designing Women and The Dukes of Hazzard are both set in this state. The eighth hint, and this is a dead giveaway. These last ones are dead giveaways, by the way. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was from this state. The ninth hint, Blank on My Mind by Ray Charles. And then the 10th and final hint, The Devil Went Down to Blank by the Charlie Daniels Band. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. So, I gotta ask, any questions?
Questions I walk around in. Questions I didn't thrive in. Questions I will survive in. Questions.
This question comes from Mandy Hooter from Bossier City, Louisiana. She asked, if you could rewrite any character's backstory, who would it be and why? Well, Mandy, that question is very easy. Sam Wilson, who a lot of y'all know as the Falcon or Captain America, which is what he's known as right now. The reason why was because his origin story was just heartbreaking. I mean, to say it was heartbreaking is to put it lightly. Now I'm going to briefly go through this, but his origin story was that he grew up in Harlem. This is in the comics. This is completely different from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's from southeastern Louisiana, but in the comics, he's from Harlem, and he grew up the son of a minister. His dad was a minister, and his mom was a missionary, and they tried to instill the word of God upon him. And what happened was that he just didn't want to have any of it. I mean, they have tried everything. I mean, even theology books, and he would have none of it. And so as he got older, a gang ends up killing both his father and his mother. Not at the same time, but I think a few years had passed from when his father was murdered by a gang, and then his mother was murdered by a gang. And you would think that he would change his tune, but he ended up becoming the one thing that killed his parents. He became a gang member. And honestly, I don't like that. I mean, I can see why Marvel Studios had decided to rewrite the Falcon's origin, because that's just horrible. It's heartbreaking. But the way I would rewrite it, instead of him becoming a gang member, he would end up fighting gangs. He would end up. I mean, I guess they wanted when they were trying to write that. I think they were trying to do something that kind of separated itself from Batman's origin, but that wasn't the way to do it. But I would do something similar to Batman's origin, and definitely not that. All right, love that question. Really loving these questions y'all are asking me, folks. Y'all keep them up. I'll have another one for episode 487. Now, the questions can either pertain to comics or anything within the realm. It can pertain to me in terms of comics, the show, but please, no personal or tasteless questions. I will neither ask nor answer them on this show. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 52. Batman number 149. Batman Superman World's Finest number 28. Captain America number 10. Captain Marvel number 9. Catwoman number 66. Doctor Strange number 16. Green Lantern World Journal number 10. The Immortal Thor number 12. the Invincible Iron Man number 19. The Sensational She-Hulk number 9. Star Trek number 21. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin Re-Evolution number 2. Titans number 12. Ultimate Spider-Man number 6. And finally, Wonder Woman number 10. Alright, that's 16, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 12,960. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which U.S. state is the Batman villain, the Scarecrow, from? Now, here are the hints again. The first hint is that this state was founded in 1772 and included a majority of present-day Alabama and Mississippi. The second hint, this state is the youngest of the original 13 states in the U.S. The third hint, the Home Depot was founded in this state. The fourth hint, Dr. John Pemberton invented Coca-Cola in 1886 in this state. The fifth hint, this state is the top producer of peanuts, pecans, peaches, and Vidalia onions. The sixth hint, lesser known towns and cities in this state are Jekyll Island, Stone Mountain, and Statesboro. The seventh hint, the TV shows Designing Women and The Dukes of Hazzard are both set in this state. The eighth hint, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was from this state. Number 9, Blank on My Mind by Ray Charles, which by the way is also the theme to Designing Women. And then number 10, the 10th hint, The Devil Went Down to Blank by the Charlie Daniels Band. And let me throw this one in. I just thought about this one. There was a line on Designing Women that Dixie Carter was famous for as a role as Julia Sugarbaker, and the role was, and that's when the lights went out in blank. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Kristen Bryant from Casper, Louisiana, winning a free tee on this episode. All right, I'm celebrating the 85th anniversary of Batman. Now his real name, of course, is Bruce Wayne, and his first appearance was in Detective Comics number 27 in 1939, and he was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. Now, for the longest time, Bob Kane took sole credit for the creation of Batman, and even took that to his grave. But years after his death, the truth came out, and Bill Finger actually did co-create Batman in terms of the writing, whereas Bob Kane only did the artwork. So in comics, it says, if you ever read anything in comics that Batman's in, or any comic that he stars in, or anything as of late, anything in media, it'll say Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. But I believe it's a rule of thumb that you're supposed to acknowledge the writer first, then the artist. So that's why I always say he was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane. But his abilities, he has no superpowers, but he is an expert detective, a master martial artist and hand-to-hand combatant, a master tactician, strategist, escape artist, and field commander, and he possesses peak human physical and mental condition, and is a genius level intellect, and utilizes high-tech equipment and weapons. Now, the character summary is, as a young boy, Bruce Wayne was horrified and traumatized when he watched his parents, Dr. Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha Wayne, murdered with a gun by a mugger by the name of Joe Chill. And this event drove him to train his body to peak condition and fight crime in Gotham City as Batman. Now, Batman refuses to utilize any sort of gun on the principle that a gun was used to murder his parents. Now, throughout the character's history, he has been the patriarch of the Batman family. He's been the co-founder of the Batman of All Nations, the founder of Batman Incorporated, the founder of the Outsiders, and he was one of the founding members of the Justice League. And he is one of my favorite characters. He's one of my favorite characters because he may not have superpowers, but that's never going to stop him from taking down the bad guys. And then he instills fear, and he refuses to kill. You know, just like I usually say about Batman, he won't kill the bad guys, but he'll make them wish that he killed them. Great character. And, well, yeah. Alright, this is a Batman comic hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on iamthecomicHero.com/shop. Alright, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode, I'm celebrating the 55th anniversary of Sam Wilson. Now, for the longest time, he has been the Falcon, but right now, he is a Captain America alongside Steve Rogers. And then on episode 48, I'm celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Avenger of Archery, Hawkeye. And then on episode 48, I'm celebrating the best there is at what he does, and what he does isn't nice, Wolverine. Yeah, the 50th anniversary. And then on episode 489, I'm celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Man Without Fear, Daredevil. Now, the count is I'm getting close, folks. I'm 40 away from 13,000 comics. Now, I've decided once and for all that I'm going to that we're going to have a vote. I'm going to start a vote, and you're going to help, and your job is to vote on the shirt with that you want me to use. There's going to be different colors. I know some of them are going to be red, safety green, Carolina blue, texture blue, maroon, and white. And if you're watching this and you have a suggestion, go ahead and do so, but do it very quickly, because I'm going to start this really soon, because after all, I'm 40 away from that, and the way that I read comics, it's probably going to be within near the end of next month, or near the end of the coming month of July, when I finally reach the milestone. So please, sir, please, ma'am, hurry. All right, I know it's just over 4 months away, but meet me at the first annual Louisiana Delta Comic-Con on November 2nd on the main campus of Louisiana Delta Community College in Monroe, Louisiana. Right now I am one of 3 guest panelists, and I'm quite sure there's more to come, and as soon as there is, I will let y'all know. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome, and as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. As soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the East Texas Comic-Con the East Texas Comic-Con fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 46. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be heroes.